afternoon, and welcome to Body Slam Your Ears right here on the NYC Demon Diva YouTube page. I'm Steve Fall. You can follow me on Twitter at Steve Fall. Of course, you can follow the Demon Diva on Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans. She's everywhere, folks. How you doing today, Issa?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing super. I have my wallet out because we're talking about WWE Elimination Chamber. But we're talking about the Vegas betting odds. Currently on betonline.com, the only match missing from this is the women's because it was announced yesterday. So we'll have to get to that at a different point in time. But I think we should talk about the main event. Everyone wants to see this match. It's the biggest one there all the time. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss.
Oh. Wait. Why are we talking about this?
It's the match. It's a match at Elimination Chamber. It's the main event. We all know it is.
Okay. I mean, I guess everybody's looking forward to it, huh? I'm
just kidding. Let's start with the real main event. Everyone wants to see this. The WWE Championship Elimination Chamber. We got Bobby Lashley defending his championship against Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Austin Theory, and Riddle. Whew. Now this one, according to the internet, does not look good for Bobby Lashley. But what do you think? Who is actually going to win? Then we'll talk about the betting odds.
I mean, I would love to see Brock Lesnar win, if not Seth Rollins.
Well, you are correct because Brock Lesnar is the heavy favorite to win. And you know what? Not by a big margin either. He's only at a plus 100. Bobby Lashley's at a plus 150. So at least betting-wise, the Bobby Lashley-Brock Lesnar dynamic isn't that far away from each other. Are you a little surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. I think they can go toe to toe, and I thought they were putting on a good match until the interference. You know what I mean? So I still don't think that we got to see what we wanted to see out of these two, especially people like me who've been waiting a long time to see this match. But no, I think Bobby Lashley is a legitimate contender for beating Brock Lesnar. I can see him being able to beat him. Yeah, no,
it's crazy. It's only 50 points off, which is crazy. But then the drop offs that's happening at plus 250, it's Seth Rollins. So he's already at 100 disadvantage towards Bobby Lashley. So, you know,
that's a shame.
But I don't know. It seems to me that Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens are going to be involved in some sort of storyline, either fighting each other or teaming up heading into WrestleMania, right?
But like, why? We already had them face at WrestleMania.
That didn't happen. It was an empty arena. There was no fans, so no one saw it. I get
your point, but you and I both know that they already had a WrestleMania match. Oh my God, you're out of control, Roman.
Sorry. they can be a tag team, and Rollins and Owens can fight somebody. No. It's obvious Kevin Owens is going to fight Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I just hope you can accept that. The drop off gets really hardcore when we get to AJ Styles. He goes plus 600. So holy moly, from 250 with Seth Rollins to 600 AJ Styles.
Because they're gonna put the freaking US title on him next week. So
that's sad, isn't it? Isn't that really sad that Damian Priest probably is gonna lose?
Yeah, extremely sad.
It seemed like Damian Priest would be a perfect person for this match, but then I guess he has to get pinned.
Right. Thank you. I thought so too.
Oh, we lost her, folks. She's reconnecting. She is very far away from us.
It's my alarm to let me know that we're supposed to be doing this show. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I try to make sure. I was like, why are you disconnecting? Damian Priest seems like the perfect candidate for this matchup, but yet, though, he has to lose then. He has to get pinned or submit.
Yeah. I don't know. But if AJ Styles wins the US title next week, he's definitely not going into the Elimination Chamber to win.
No way. You kidding me? That's like when they send like half the Raw Tag Team Champions into Elimination Chamber. You're like, that guy's got no chance of winning.
So you're saying that Riddle doesn't have a chance?
Correct.
What are the odds for Riddle?
He's at plus 700. So he's only 100 difference from AJ Styles.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
No, but though the rumors, you go back 2 weeks ago, the rumors were like Riddle was supposed to win the Royal Rumble. Now we're at
but that was a made up rumor.
Listen, we talk about rumors here. I don't know if they're made up or not made up, but that's the point of this whole show. is talking about rumors. We don't know if they're true. Fightful just reported that they misreported on the Shane McMahon Randy Orton situation, as it was.
Really?
It was like, yeah, they said it was a comedic bit, as Randy Orton was joking with Shane McMahon, not like, you better get out there. I'm not coming out to. Here comes the money. Like that. That was the dynamic we were getting all week. Right. Now they reported, oh no. It was a comedic joking between two friends. So each, and it happens all the time with the Wrestling Observer.
This whole Shane McMahon thing might be getting blown out of proportion as far as we know. We don't know. We really don't know. But I was like, this is getting crazy to me, in my opinion. Like, I was like, really? All these fucking stories out of the blue? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah. But Austin Theory being at plus 2,500, he's got no chance in hell.
Because he couldn't even be in the fucking match.
They're trying to get new talent.
This is supposed to be big, meaty man slapping meat? What is freaking AJ Styles and Austin Theory doing in there?
AJ's there to jump off something tall. That's what AJ is there to do. So I guess Seth Rollins as well. But Austin Theory, got to get new talent over, have him rub up with the established stars so they can suddenly look better. I guess.
Okay. I guess. I don't know. I'm not into Austin Theory. He doesn't do it for me.
It's interesting you say that, because I've been seeing a lot of online talk between, this is between Twitter fans, and they're all like, Raw is better than SmackDown. And that only recently, the past like 2-3 weeks this has happened, where suddenly everyone's like flipping on SmackDown and going to Raw, and I'm like, what? Like, really? Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is news to me. I enjoy SmackDown more than Raw.
Right, same.
Well,
I don't know. I think the last few weeks SmackDown hasn't really been on its A game. When it comes to, like, I don't know. I felt last Friday SmackDown, outside of, I don't even know, because even Ronda calling out Charlotte ended up being a clusterfuck. The way that they did it. So sure. I don't think that SmackDown has been on its A game lately. I don't know, because, like, if you take a look at last night's Raw, for example, we were promised certain matches. Some of them felt very random. Like, this whole Priest and Styles felt super random. And I'm like, okay, I'm not against it. Give them time. They gave them a whole 5 minutes. They promised us Riddle and Rollins as a first-time matchup, and that ended up turning into a tag team match. Like, Raw, I mean, it could be better than what it is. In ring-wise, we do get some really good matches. We really do. People don't talk about it enough.
No,
because it's cool. Because it's cool to hate Raw. You know how it is. Like, you have to hate Raw. Like, you cannot give them credits. I think that 2 weeks in a row, Kevin Owens and Austin Theory have put on some great matches. But I can also tell you that I don't need to see The Miz and Dominic Mysterio. Like, everything that they're doing is not perfect, but it's 3 hours too. They gotta fill in time. Sure. I just wish they would have given some of these matches more time. And even with the Rollins and Riddle thing, the match ended up with Rollins curb stomping Riddle and pinning him. So why couldn't you just do the singles match? To not blow it on an episode of Raw that nobody watched because it was on Sci-Fi, I guess?
It was on Sci-Fi. Well, also, though, I think the whole point of that match, the match was there just so we could get Randy Orton to RKO Kevin Owens. And so Seth Rollins sees it and he's like, and laughs. That's all that was. Again, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens is happening. Accepted. Let's move on. Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Lita. Lita is 46 years old. She's doing moonsaults. I sleep on my arm the wrong way, and I'm 36, and I wake up and I'm hurt all week. So, good for Lita.
I actually liked their segment a lot yesterday.
Well, that's good, but the Vegas odds are not in the favor of Lita winning this match.
Of course not. You actually think she's going to win?
No. This match isn't even worth betting on, because Becky Lynch is a negative 1,500. So immediately right there, you're like, holy shit, like, that's a dip. So immediately, no one is convinced she's going to lose. Lita has a plus 575. So that's good for her if you want to blow your money.
I guess. I mean, I never thought that Lita had a chance. Do I want to see the actual match? Yes, but there's been a lot of matches that seem to be predictable that I still don't say I don't want to see it, but I never thought that Lita had a chance. You know what I mean? No. So it's just like, I guess I see the odds and I get it, but it's just like, I just wonder if, because people are such big fans of Lita and this is such a dream match that we want to see, are they letting the narrative think that she's gonna beat Becky? Because she's not.
No way. And of course, the Vegas odds are not here yet, but they probably will be throughout the week. The Elimination Chamber for the women's, the guaranteed shot at Becky Lynch's championship. We have a mystery opponent. We have a mystery person we don't know, and that mystery person let's just throw out names. Asuka, Bayley, Lacey Evans.
No, it's gonna be Alexa
Bliss.
My money's on Alexa Bliss.
Okay, so you throw all those people. So I don't even care who it is. The mystery person shows up. Can a mystery person who's been out for so long lose?
Yeah.
They can. You think Alexa Bliss? You say Alexa Bliss. So if Alexa Bliss is in the match, you think she can lose that match?
Yeah.
How? She get pinned?
Yeah, I mean that's how you lose in the Elimination Chamber. Okay, you really think everybody that comes back wins? That's not how it goes.
It seems to be the case we're living in right now.
Really?
Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
And the rest don't count. They won't.
She won a Royal Rumble. She came in at 28. You can't really count that as.
She beat 29 of the most
she didn't. And you and I both know how that works. As a matter of fact, Sasha Banks recently came back and she got eliminated by Queen Selena. So if that's your, if that's your argument.
She came back on SmackDown. All right. She didn't come back at the Royal Rumble. If I have
you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but I'm trying to make sure that I can defend myself I'm totally wrong. I am totally wrong.
Yeah, I know you are, but I would never use the Rumble as an example of that. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to go there, Drew McIntyre came back in the Rumble and he got eliminated. You know what I mean? So it's just like the Rumble shouldn't, because you don't even get pinned, so it shouldn't count for that stat that you're trying to use. But that's not the history. It depends on your name value. It depends on your name value when it comes to the, to who gets to come back and stay winning and who just goes back to where they were.
Okay. So then who's going to win the women's Elimination Chamber?
Bianca Belair.
You hope? I hope. I really hope. Really, really, really hope that we get the redemption storyline we all wanted.
Yeah.
I hope.
I mean, I don't get my hopes up with this. I think that Bianca Belair proved that achieved money. I think her being in one of the title matches as last year WrestleMania was a huge success. So why not put her on another title match this year? And I do think that you have to give her some momentum. At the same time, I just don't know. I don't think they've done a lot of favors for her after she lost all her momentum because of Becky Lynch. Yeah. So, and I think that WWE sees Becky Lynch as a big bag of money. I don't know that they'll have her lose at WrestleMania.
I don't even understand that. I want to see like real numbers on that, because, for instance, representation is a gigantic thing that I think that it really hit me in the head hard, where it really does matter. Because I have talked to, the past couple of weeks, I've been interviewing people who have their own YouTube channels, their own podcasts every day. That's 15 to 20 different people, all different people. And most of them were Black, Hispanic, women, men, and they've all said the same thing about Bianca Belair or Big E, because they finally see someone they can see themselves in. But when you keep feeding us the Becky Lynches and the Charlotte Flairs, it's like, well, that's great. You gave them like a seat at the table, but then once they were done eating, you just pushed them off the table and said, get out of here. Like, Bianca Belair needs this for a lot of reasons, not just her.
I preach about representation pretty much every day. So I know exactly, what you're talking about. It's something that I talk about every day on my YouTube channel. But I mean, I don't know, I don't know. Last year, it was perfect because it was Sasha Banks, and I don't know. You still don't know if Bayley really is ready to come back. Asuka's really ready to come back. You have Sasha Banks. There's a lot of women that deserve to have an important match at WrestleMania. So I don't know where you go from here. Would I like to see Bianca and Becky? Yes, if it means Bianca beats Becky. And I'm the biggest Becky Lynch fan, and you know that. I'm the biggest. Becky Lynch is my favorite, but at this point, I feel like the right call will be to have Bianca beat her.
Correct. I'm glad you can see through through your fandom? Because some people can't.
Becky Lynch is my favorite, and my second favorite is Ronda Rousey. But I think Bianca Belair needs to beat Becky. I think we need to make that wrong right by making that happen, because what happened at SummerSlam should have never happened. I would have been more okay with it if they would have had a legit match at SummerSlam and Becky would have beat her that way, But the way that whole storyline went down, it was trash. It was trash.
Well, we were advertised Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair heading into
we all
WrestleMania rematch.
Yeah, even though we all knew Sasha wasn't competing because everybody was reporting it, they led us to believe that Sasha was competing until it was time for her to come out at SummerSlam, which is so trashy for them. That was some bullshit.
They played a video package. Right? Yeah. Bianca Belair. They play the video package. Bianca comes out, and then no, Sasha.
Yeah, I remember thinking, I'm like, wait, what is happening? I'm like wondering, are the dirt sheets wrong? Like, what is happening? Because they played on that until the very last second, and that's a storyline. I feel like this debacle and this debate with Bianca and Becky and how everything went down will go on forever. Me, as a Becky Lynch fan, more than what I am, I think Bianca is amazing. Do not get me wrong. She's on my top 5 right now, right? But I prefer Becky. And even then, I felt dirty. Like I was like, ew, why did this just happen? You completely ruined the moment for a Becky Lynch fan of her coming back because it felt so freaking wrong.
Oh, yeah, that SummerSlam falls off hard after that match.
Yeah, I don't think you didn't get the crowd back until Edge and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it took a long time because everyone was like, it's the whole method of like, well, you wanted Becky Lynch, but we didn't tell you how you were going to get it. It's like, what? No! Like,
and the sad thing is that a return for Becky Lynch was planned. There was shirts everywhere. You know what I mean? Like the shirts for the man takes on Vegas or whatever were being sold on the stands within minutes. So I just wonder what the original plan. There's a lot of stories that we'll never know what the original plan was. I just wish they would have had a legit match, because in a competitive match, I believe that either one of them could win. So I would have not been mad. That being said, back to what we were talking about, I do think that the only way you can make that work with Bianca and Becky is if Bianca wins. Again, that's coming from Becky Lynch's number. I bow down to that woman when I see her. That's how much I love her. And I still think that Bianca should win.
Let me give you the whispers. It has not been reported once by anybody, but I've seen the whispers of fans. The mystery woman is going to be Ronda Rousey.
No.
She wins the match. She wins the match. And then they just have Ronda versus Becky versus Charlotte again. At WrestleMania for both titles, just like how Brock is going to win the WWE Championship.
You can't do that.
Versus Roman, and we're going to combine all of our titles at one event.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have 2 nights to fulfill AT&T Stadium. There's no way you're going to get rid of 2 title matches that could literally lead one of the 2 nights on a stadium where you're trying to sell 100,000 tickets. Besides, you cannot play the exact same storyline. That's the reason, guarantee you, that's the reason why Ronda couldn't come out at number 30. That's what they wanted, but they were like, we're going to really do the exact same thing on both Rumbles. That's probably why they had her come out at 27 or whatever she came out at, because Brock came out at number 30. You cannot play the same storyline. You can't.
Well, I've seen
especially
them do crazier
Fox,
things.
I think Fox wants Ronda. So I can see Ronda just going against... My theory, and this is just me, is that Ronda goes against Charlotte, wins, and you don't get Ronda versus Becky until Becky's back to a babyface. Because there's no way people are going to cheer Ronda over Becky no matter what Becky's doing. So you have to wait until Becky's back into babyface.
Well, we haven't even gotten Ronda's deal yet. We don't even know if she's there for a year, a month, a couple months, We have no idea.
I mean, there's a lot of, I thought that Meltzer reported that she's there for a year, but I also saw 2 years. I mean, she had a year left on her original contract. I would assume they froze it for her time off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I can imagine. Hey, Ronda, good to see you.
I don't know if you saw the report, but they were talking about how, people were commenting about how she looked like she doesn't want to be there. And I guess she said she wants to be there. She's just upset that the fans turn on her. And I love Ronda. Like I said a little bit ago, my second favorite, but it's just like, you cannot be soft in this industry. This is not like UFC, and even UFC fans, because I follow UFC as work. UFC fans are hard, and they'll turn on you in a heartbeat. They did it to her. So I don't know if she's after, fulfilling her fighting fantasies, or if she's after fan love. Like, I don't understand, but she can't be too soft when it comes to wrestling fans, because the wrestling fans are fickle. She can ask Daniel Bryan about that.
Well, Ronda thinks it's still Ronda from UFC. Ronda still thinks that she is the undefeated UFC champion, and she's not. She hasn't been for a very, very long time. And everyone catering to her and yupping her and yesing her is not helping her. So when she goes out there and she has the mean mug on her face, and they told her, like, don't be mean, but you're a baby face. She, you think at WrestleMania they're going to cheer Ronda Rousey over Charlotte Flair? No way. The Charlotte Flair is going to get cheered, and Ronda's going to get booed out of the building, and every WWE official is going to be confused, but every fan is not going to be confused because they're gonna know that Ronda doesn't want to be here, so fuck her. Charlotte's been here this whole time. We don't like her character, we like her.
Right. I think that I hope that Ronda uses her time. I remember Brock gave her some words of advice a long time ago in an interview that he did when they talked to him about, some of the comments that she made after she lost at UFC. She went on the Ellen show and spoke about wanting to even commit suicide. Yeah. And I'm hoping that she spends some of this time talking to Brock. Like, I feel like if somebody has experience and she can relate to, and when it comes to the fans turning on him, come on, let's be real. Nobody liked Brock up until a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, people didn't like Brock Lesnar. I did. But Brock Lesnar was one of the most hated people. And I hope that he teaches her how to freaking get over the fans not liking you. Or if that's what you're after, then teach her how to freaking get the fans to like you. Because Ronda is awesome. You know what I mean? And if you go and follow her social media, she's a gamer, she's a nerd, she has a farm. But they make her so unlikable. And that drives me crazy because I like her. I think she's great. But people don't know the real Ronda, and she makes it very hard to get to know her too because of the way that she acts.
Oh yeah. I have many things, but we'll be here for a long time. Let's move on. WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns
come on,
Goldberg.
Come on,
Roman Reigns is at negative 1,250.
He should be at negative a million.
Goldberg has plus 550.
Please.
So obviously the odds are in Roman Reigns' favor here.
And
this is supposed to be Goldberg's last contracted match in the WWE. Wrestling Observer, everyone else is reporting that, obviously the WWE is going to try to keep Goldberg there because because everybody wants everybody who's been working for somebody else. And I would be shocked. Actually, I wouldn't be shocked at all that if Goldberg wrestles Roman Reigns and he loses, and then of course he doesn't get re-signed, and he shows up at AEW, everyone will whip their dicks out and be like, "Oh yeah, it's Goldberg! Why are you cheering him here, but not in WWE, assholes?"
Yeah, I was gonna say I will be so pissed off if he shows up at AEW and people go crazy for it. I'm sorry, that is no fucking way, no freaking way. I really do want, for them to make this a career match if it's for real. But now he's doing interviews about wanting to stay in the industry for as long as he has something to offer, and I'm like, please stop. Stop. What do you have to? I just don't understand. If you want to offer something, then at least make some appearances. But this whole disappear for a year, come back, get a title shot, it's bullshit. I didn't have a problem when he showed up and beat up Dolph Ziggler. If you use him that way, okay, great. But title shots every single time when you don't do shit, it's not cool.
Yeah, that's I've had a conversation with a few people about how everyone, the John Cena Rock storyline, I think, really created this part-time anger towards people, and then John Cena did the same thing anyways. But I think that's what happened was they opened up a box and they can't close that box, so now everyone looks at anyone who's part-time and shows up. It's like, you don't deserve to be here. What about the Ricochets?
No. Nobody said that.
And the Cesaros.
Nobody said that when John Cena showed up after Money in the Bank. I was the only one who said it, given the same energy. Because remember, it was Goldberg showed up to challenge Drew McIntyre, and then John Cena shows up to challenge Roman Reigns, and I was like, you guys need to give the same energy to John Cena that you're giving Goldberg, because he hasn't been here in how long? You know what I mean? But because it's John Cena, and God forbid, our Lord and Savior.
Well, I would describe that as you haven't seen two of your aunts in a long time, but you really like one of your aunts, and the other aunt, you're like, I don't really want to see you. So when they both show up, you give the aunt you want to see all the attention and love, and the other one, you're like, it's good to see you.
First of all,
hug.
I don't show up to family reunions, so therefore
they show up to you.
No, I don't go.
You don't go. Where are you right now?
In Puerto Rico.
With your family?
No, I'm by myself right now, actually.
in a room by yourself?
Yeah, actually, I haven't really. Yes, I am with my dog. He's on my lap, but I actually haven't seen like the majority of my family since I got here in December, because I'm here taking care of my mom, and my mom, health-wise, is not doing very well, and COVID here is going so crazy that I refuse to let anybody visit her or us visit anybody, because the last thing my mom needs right now is to catch COVID on top of everything that she's dealing with. That's a story for a whole different day, right? But I legitimately have barely seen any of my friends, any of my family since I've been here, because I'm trying to protect my mom, because everybody has got the freaking COVID.
Yeah, it's you know, where I am, they've actually lifted mask mandates, and my work has allowed no more masks in work, no more masks in my work where I live. So opposite of where I am. But let's move on before we wrap up. SmackDown Tag Team Championships are also on the line. The Usos versus the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, okay. After we saw that squash match on Friday, do you really think the Viking Raiders? Oh God!
I'll still give you the odds, but we all know the results. -400 for the Usos, +250 for Viking Raiders. So if you want to toss away your money, you could, vote for the Viking experience.
At least it's not the New Day and the Usos, I guess.
They always have good matches, but yes, I
talk
agree.
about titles that should be unified. Those are the titles that should be unified. Not your Universal, not your Women's Champion. The tag team divisions need it desperately.
I think Fox and USA would be okay with that versus, having all the women's titles combined or all the world titles combined. It just feels like Brock versus Roman is leading down that path. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do. But you could just make it for Paul Heyman. He doesn't even need a title. Just like Brock didn't need to win the Rumble to create the storyline. Make it for Paul Heyman's love.
Paul Heyman's love on a pole. I don't think
winner gets Paul Heyman. That's it.
Oh, well, Paul Heyman has broken the heart of Brock Lesnar, and so that ain't happening.
I know. I blocked him on Twitter for that.
What?
I blocked Paul Heyman on Twitter.
Shut up.
I'm dead ass.
I want a screenshot. Send me a screenshot.
I tweeted it out. That I blocked him. Oh my God! The day after the Rumble.
Oh, that's so long ago. You've tweeted so many things since then. I'm not scrolling. Send me a screenshot. I'll believe you. If you don't send me a screenshot, I don't believe you.
I will send it right now, actually.
All right. Folks, thank you so much for listening to Body Slam Your Ears right here on the NYC Demon Diva YouTube page. I have been Steve Fall. You can follow me on Twitter at Steve Fall. As I mentioned, Issa, you can find her on Twitter. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on TikTok. You can find her on OnlyFans. You can find her on MySpace. You can find her on Friendster. You can find her on
what Christian the hell Mingles. Is Friendster?
I don't know. ChristianMingles.com. You can find her everywhere.
Okay.
I don't think you can find you there, but maybe you can. Folks, the show's over. We have the show the same we do every single time. And what do we say?
Adios.
Adios.